I was roughly 6 months pregnant, and I was working as a pediatric nurse at St. Francis Hospital. When I got to work, everybody kept saying how pale I was, and I just didn't feel very good. It kind of progressed over the next few hours into the evening.
Kelly's coworkers checked her blood pressure, but it was too high that it did not register.
They decided to do a test to see if my water broke, and that test came back positive. They rushed me in a wheelchair down to labor and delivery, hooked me up to every monitor known to man. Then they decided to do an ultrasound, and when they did the ultrasound, they said that Bailey had to be delivered. If she stayed in any longer, she would die, and I could possibly die. They kept telling us all these horrible things.
Kelly was told by the doctors that Bailey was only expected to live for 24 hours.
They rushed me into the C-section room, and Bailey was out within 5 minutes. When the doctor took her out, he was holding her in between his hands, and she was trying to cry. We could see her mouth open, her eyes were open, she was moving her arms and her legs. She looked like a little alien baby.
After delivery, Bailey stayed in the NICU for 4 months.
It was sad because, having a baby is a gift from God, and we were told that we weren't going to be able to get pregnant, and we did, but I wouldn't change anything. And the outcome is that we have a beautiful, almost 22-year-old daughter.
Something that I struggle with mostly every day is I have anxiety. It's kind of hard to know whether or not that came from me being a preemie or not. They say sometimes preemies can have more anxiety tendencies than other people, but other times it can also just be genetic. It is really hard. Anxiety has not been something that's been really easy for me to overcome.
Last year, Bailey started to see a counselor.
It was a really hard decision for me because I really wasn't for therapy. I thought therapy wasn't, worth my time or anything else. I just kind of was like, oh, I'm just going to go talk to this person, and they're not really going to be able to help me. They're just going to kind of listen, and then that's it. It's made me realize that I can overcome my anxiety. It takes a lot of work. It's not something that comes overnight. There are some days that I'm totally fine and, nothing really bothers me. And I think for people that don't have anxiety, it's really hard to see from my point of view, like what that's like at times.
During middle school, Bailey began running and track. Since then, she has never stopped.
I went and joined the team, and then ever since then, I've realized running has really helped me overcome that.
Last year, Bailey found out that she suffers from varicose veins that causes her legs to be in pain.
That was really kind of a really big breaking point in my life, because I thought, oh my gosh, I'm really, really hurt now. I can't run. The one thing that I think really means a lot to me, I can't do now. But I did realize that, yeah, I might be injured and I might not be in the best full state of health, but I knew that if I tried to be as positive as I could be, that was going to be what saved me.
Bailey's friends find her strength inspiring.
Whenever I first met her, I didn't know that she was a preemie. I didn't know until she personally had told me, and that was I think a year or so after we first initially met. I've seen her grow a lot stronger, both physically and academically, and even mentally too. She's the type of person that inspires me to grow stronger. The fact that she could run in cross country, I'm I don't even want to do that. She runs on the weekend. She runs for fun. I'm how do you do that? But that's just one thing that I just love about her. That is just her fighting spirit. I love that about her. She has a heart of gold. She has a really great heart of gold.